Let me tell you a story. It was a few months ago, and I was playing basketball, and I was pushing super hard. My muscles were burning. I was sweating. I was like, I wasn't doing super well. Like I wasn't making a lot of my shots, but I was pushing it. I was working hard because I kept telling myself that you're not gonna regret this. Like, come on, Max. Like, let's fucking go. I was playing basketball here, working super hard, pushing myself. And it's burning. It's burning. I want to stop, but I keep forcing myself to keep going. I'm forcing myself to keep going, and my brain is telling me to stop, but I'm just like, no. Because I know that afterwards I'm going to feel great. I'm going to feel a lot better. And I'm going to go home feeling fulfilled. Because I worked super hard. I pushed myself to my limit that day. So when I'm done playing, I take my drink of water. I start walking back home and I got my dog with me as well. And I'm just walking with him, with my basketball in my hand, my water, and I got him. I'm just walking, and I look at the sunset, and it's like a beautiful, like pink, orange, like it's beautiful sunset. And there's this one moment. I just realized, and I just felt like all of a sudden, I was just like, I felt a flush of just happiness and gratitude. Like, I was just walking with my dog, a nice sunset, it's kind of calm and stuff, after like a long, tough push, like, tough session. And I start walking home, and I'm with my dog, and I just feel this flush of just happiness, and like I just start feeling grateful, like, for my family and just everything I have, and it's just an awesome feeling, because I think that was the one moment, the first time that I really kind of realized that, like, everything I've been doing has paid off. Everything I've been doing is gonna pay off. Like, I'm gonna feel so much better, and I just felt like I was, like, just thinking into the future, like, just all the good things that are gonna happen, and I wouldn't have felt this way without these things that I'm gonna teach you in this video. There's 5 things that I'm gonna teach you that can just insanely improve, like, here to here, level 1, level 2, level 3 to level 10. Insanely improve your mental health, your emotional health. I hate using the word happy, because so many people think happy is just like, so many people overuse the word happy, because happy can just be like, you just feel happy right now. The problem with the word happy is everyone wants to be happy, but the problem with the word happy is that happy is temporary. You're happy right now, but you may be sad later. You're happy right now, but that doesn't mean you're joyful. That doesn't mean you're happy long term. I think a better word to use would be like, I don't really know, but you know what I mean, like, happy long term, joyful, just a happy guy all the time. These 5 things that I'm going to teach you can insanely improve your mental health, just make you just love your life. This one moment where I was walking back in the sunset, and I started feeling gratitude for my family, and I just had a long, tough session, so I felt good, and I felt fulfilled, I just pushed my limit, and I was present too. I was present. I wasn't thinking in my mind someone gonna attack me or something. I was present. I was grateful. I was fulfilled. And that one moment is because of these 5 things. I would not have felt that if I hadn't implemented these 5 things that I have written down, and I'm going to teach you in full depth in this video. The first one is called a dopamine detox. So a lot of people get this one wrong. So a lot of people think, most people, on the internet, have explained dopamine detox in a way that's it's just shitty. A lot of people think of dopamine detox as you don't have any pleasure for 24 hours, and then you can do whatever you want. It's a brain reset. I think that's a shitty, that's just useless. That doesn't do anything. I think that's actually, I would actually argue that that's not good for you. Obviously it would be good if you quit stop playing video games for 24 hours. Obviously that would be good, but that doesn't mean you quit having pleasure. First I have to explain what dopamine is. So dopamine, so many people think of dopamine as the pleasure hormone or chemical. It's not. Dopamine is the motivation hormone. Dopamine is a hormone that is released when your body wants to give you motivation to do something. So then when you're motivated to go to the gym, that's dopamine. When you're motivated to eat junk food, that's dopamine. When you're motivated to go scroll on TikTok, that's dopamine. But also dopamine can be when you're motivated to hit a long workout, when you're motivated to go start a business and make some money. Motivated can be, you're motivated to go do 10 push-ups on the floor right now. Actually, actionable step, do 10 push-ups right now. Okay, you should have done that by now. Okay, just I wanted to throw that in there, just see if any of you have some weak brain. So, dopamine is the motivation hormone. It's not the pleasure hormone. So, when you're doing a dopamine detox, it's impossible to not have dopamine. It's impossible. You're gonna have, you were motivated to do the dopamine detox. It's you have to have motivation to complete the dopamine detox. It's dopamine detox is not the right word, first of all. So, I don't really know what to call it, but I'm just going to call it that for now because that's how I learned how to call it. So, what I think of as dopamine detox is it's not a 24-hour challenge where you quit everything pleasurable. I think of dopamine detox as a lifetime commitment. A lifetime commitment. Not where you cut out everything pleasurable. Obviously, then your life would suck and you kill yourself in the next month. But for lifetime, long-term commitment to quitting all the bad habits, quitting all the instant gratification bad habits, and pursuing the delayed gratification good habits. So, okay, I just give you I just gave you some new terms. So, instant gratification, there's two types of gratification: instant gratification, delayed gratification. So, instant gratification is when you do something that feels good right now, but it's not going to benefit you long term. It's actually going to be a detriment to your future self. These are things like, video games, eating junk food, wasting time, scrolling on social media, things like this. Like, as you think of it as like bad habits, watching TV. Like these instant gratification bad habits where they feel good right now. Like, it feels good to, like, your tongue, like your taste buds feel good when you put the candy in your mouth. Sure, that's instant gratification, right? And that's gonna be a detriment to you long term. Delayed gratification is where you do something that feels like kind of tough, kind of hard right now. So, for example, meditation. That's kind of hard. Like, you're trying to focus. It's like, your brain is like doing some work. This, like, me speaking to you right now, I'm trying to project my voice. It's kind of hard to, like, think quickly, or not that, but it's kind of hard, like, a little bit. It's kind of like, it's like work, right? It's kind of hard to it's physically hard to do, like, as many push-ups as you can. It's physically hard to go to the gym. You're working your muscles, but that is going to benefit you long term. It's going to benefit you long term to meditate. Even though it's hard while you're doing it, then you're going to be more present and you're going to be more happy. When you hit the gym, it feels like it's tough in the moment, but then your future self is going to say, "Damn, bro, like, good work, like, it's good hitting the gym, like, you got a nice body, and you feel good, you feel strong, you feel flexible." When you delayed gratification is when you do things that are like good habits, as you think of, like, meditation, reading, things like this. They feel tough right now, but they extremely benefit your long-term future self. So we want to have less instant gratification and more delayed gratification. So basically, the point is, quit all your bad habits. So I don't like calling it dopamine detox. Basically, just quit all your bad habits, like video game scrolling. I've explained. You know what I'm talking. You know what I mean, right? What those bad habits are. So quit your bad habits. And this can even be, like, I know I've said, like, junk food, video games, and shit like that. But this can even be, like, spending time with shitty friends. Like, like, just wasting time in general. Spending time with shitty friends. Just bad habits that aren't going to benefit you at all in the future. You need to make those a lot less in your life, because there is this, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like what would I even call that? Like a graph? But basically, it's like this is your baseline dopamine right here, right? This is your baseline dopamine. When you do a delayed gratification or instant gratification bad habit, your dopamine, it goes up, right? Because it feels good. You feel good right now. It goes up. It spikes. But then as soon as you're done doing that, it doesn't just go down to normal. It goes below it. It goes below normal. And that's your new baseline. So every time you do one of these bad habits, you lower your dopamine baseline and you lower your motivation for doing the delayed gratification good habits. So, the thing with delayed gratification is when you do like this is your dopamine baseline, let's say, you do something, it feels kind of hard, maybe it goes down a tiny bit, and it's like, it's tough, it's physically tough, or it's mentally tough, but then, once you're done with that activity, it doesn't just go back to baseline, it goes above it. So now your motivation is stronger. You feel more motivated, you feel better. So this I don't know what to call it, but basically this visual of like this dopamine baseline and like going over and above it and stuff and below and stuff. This is why we need to include less instant gratification bad habits and more good habits, delayed gratification. It's going to benefit your future self more. So you may be wondering, like, how am I supposed to quit like these bad habits, or why should I care? Well, like I just showed you, when you do these delayed gratification bad habits, or delayed gratification good habits, sorry, your motivation goes up. And you'll just overall feel better. You'll just feel more fulfilled that you're making progress and you're actually like doing the good habits, and your future self will benefit from it. And that'll make you feel like good, and you'll feel more fulfilled, and you'll just be happier. Just trust me. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like this is what I did, and my mental health is a lot better. So you can trust me or not, but this is just what I've learned, and these are the things that have helped me. So dopamine detox, I don't like calling it that. Just I could make a whole I could spend an hour talking about just like quitting bad habits, but basically, just you won't be. One limiting belief you may have is I'll be missing out when I'll miss out when I delete social media, or I'll be missing out on like the stuff that makes you feel good, I'll be missing out on the instant gratification bad habits. I'll be missing out because all my friends are doing that. You won't be missing out. They're the ones missing out. You'll realize once you start making progress, once you start actually feeling better, once you start actually feeling good and loving your life, once you start feeling fulfilled, once you start making progress in the gym, you're getting stronger, you're actually starting to make money, then they will be the ones missing out, not you. Also, an awesome thing there's one word that I've found is great for quitting bad habits, and that is accountability. When you are held accountable, whether that be by a person or even by yourself or just anything that's going to hold you accountable, that is awesome for quitting bad habits and staying on track with things. So have someone or something, preferably someone, but just something to hold you accountable, and that will increase your progress by a lot. So that's dopamine detox. And by the way, I just got my notes here. I just wrote down a quick few things that I wanted to talk about. So don't think of dopamine detox as like this 24-hour challenge that you quit everything pleasurable. Think of dopamine detox as just quitting the instant gratification bad habits for life and start doing more of the delayed gratification good habits so that you can increase your mental health. It's not like a reset. Well, it is, I guess. But as soon as you do like the 24-hour reset, you're just going to be back to normal after that. Like, you're just going to be playing more video games and just, like, yeah, you'll feel good during that 24 hours, maybe. If you quit everything pleasurable, obviously you won't, but if you do, like, the real dopamine detox for just, like, 24 hours, you're going to feel good in those 24 hours, but then you just go back to normal and doing your bad habits, and, like, it's no use. So, it's like think of dopamine detox as, like, a lifetime good thing that'll you'll feel good doing. You'll increase your mental health, and you'll just think of it as a lifelong, just quit the bad habits for life. Simple as that. Start doing more productive things. Okay, that's dopamine detox. Now I got 4 more things. Second one is gratitude journaling. So I actually have my gratitude journal right here, and I've been doing this since April of this year. And right now it's early December. I've been journaling 3 entries a day for 7 months. And if we go through this, oh damn, I just flipped to the page, sweet. I'm on entry number 562. And I'm still going. I've been gratitude journaling almost consistently. Like, I mean, there's a few days here or there where I missed a day, but almost consistently. Like, it's rare where I wasn't consistent, except when I first started. But I've been gratitude journaling consistently for 7 months. Actually, no. Wait, I started in April, but I actually got consistent in late May. So, early June. So actually, I've been consistent for 6 months, but I've been doing it for 7.5 months. Anyway, maybe you're wondering, what is gratitude journaling? Why does it work? Okay, let's start with what is gratitude journaling. So, you get a journal. Like, I prefer an actual journal, not just like on your phone in the Notes app, but I prefer like an actual, like, physical journal. I prefer that, because I think that's just better. But, and then you lower your screen time as well, so that's nice. So, physical journal of where you write down, basically, just like, well, I do three entries a day. You don't even have to do 3, you could just do 1 even. Just get started. But I do three, like, so for example, if I was first starting, I would do, number 1, I am grateful for whatever. Number 2, I am grateful for whatever. And number 3, I am grateful for whatever. But I like to not just say, like, I am grateful for this, but to say, I am grateful for this because, like, this, and this, and this, and this has helped me, like, this. I like to write, like, a couple sentences on it, per entry. But basically, 3 entries a day. I mean, you don't even have to make it complicated like me. You can just say, like once a day, I am grateful for this, and that'll make a difference. But I think if you do 3 a day, that's really what's gonna help you in the long term. I think 3 a day is like a good amount. You can start with less, obviously. Start with like 1, and you don't even have to like. You can just say I am grateful for this every day and start upping it up a little bit. But because I was extremely inconsistent with this when I first started. I would do like 3 entries, and then I would like forget for a week, and then I would do like, oh shit, like shit, I forgot, and then I gotta do like I did like a couple more, like maybe I was here and then I missed a day, and then I did it again, and then I like forgot about it for a week, like I couldn't do it for a week, and then it's like that was what I was doing for like the first month of my gratitude journaling, but I eventually got consistent by setting aside a good amount of time specifically for that. I specifically set a time in my morning routine for gratitude journaling. So you can start off, the way you get consistent, you start off easy, start off simple, and set a specific time in your morning routine. If you don't have time, then start waking up earlier. You're wondering why you have no time in the morning because you wake up at 8 o'clock. Like, dude, just saying it's 8 o'clock right now, and I woke up 2 hours ago. So, just saying. So, set aside time in your morning routine to do gratitude journaling. So why does gratitude journaling work? So you know how I explained in my story that I was like feeling gratitude for my family, like in when I was walking my dog in the sunset. I was feeling like flushes of gratitude and just like happiness. Once you start gratitude journaling for a while, this starts to happen regularly throughout the day. You don't just start feeling gratitude when you actually are journaling, but you actually start feeling grateful for things in your day. While you're just there, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm grateful for this. Like you start being just more grateful in general for things, and you just start seeing the positive side of the day. The thing with gratitude journaling is a lot of people focus on the negatives in the day. Like maybe 10 things good happened to that day. 10 things they could be grateful for. But then they focus on the 2 bad things that happened that day that weren't even that bad, but they like overthink about it, and it's like, oh shit, my hair looked bad today. When you gratitude journal, you're looking at the positive side of the day. You're looking at the positive side of your life. And as the more and more consistent you get with this, the more and more you do it, the more and more you will feel grateful just in general for everything, like just for your family, for your friends, just everything, your life, just everything you have. Like you'll be grateful I'm not like some poor kid like on the streets. You just start being grateful for you start seeing the positive side of life. Because there's always someone that's in a worse position as you. You could even be on the streets and there's someone doing worse than you. There's someone in the hospital, almost dying. Even if in some shitty position, you can be grateful. You can always be grateful for something. So the more and more you're grateful, the more and more you journal about being grateful for things, the more and more you'll be grateful just in general, and then the more and more you'll be thinking about the positive side of life rather than the negative side, and you'll be more excited for things. And as well, when you say you're grateful for something, like if you're like if you say to your family like I'm grateful, I'm grateful for you, like thank you, and like all the care you've given me, and I'm grateful for everything you've bought and like for me and stuff, and I'm grateful for what you've done. Dude, it might sound scary for whatever reason, but if you just say you're grateful for someone right up to them in front of their face, that will put a smile on their face, I promise you. It may sound weird, because we're so conditioned to be so like held inside of ourselves, but just the more you journal about it, the more you'll be grateful throughout your day. And the more you'll just look at the positive side of things and just be more positive mood all the time. The third thing that has really helped me is meditation. So meditation, it might sound weird. Like, if you're watching this, you're probably somewhat around my age. The only people that talk about meditation are like these weirdos, like these like skinny weirdos, like online. They're like doing like, they like talk weird and stuff. Those are the people talking about meditation. And like they're like the old people. They're like, shit. You may think that's like super cringe, like that's gay or some shit. But if you're really struggling, I don't think it's the time to joke around. I don't think it's time to joke around about something that actually is very beneficial for you. Meditation is like, it's just like the number one thing you can do. So, let me explain. Why is meditation? First of all, what is meditation? A lot of people have no idea what meditation is. A lot of people think you just sit there and close your eyes and just like daydream about yourself on the beach. That's actually the opposite of what it is. That is the complete opposite. Sure, yeah, you sit down and you close your eyes, but instead of daydreaming off like a lot of people think it is, you sit there, close your eyes, and you actually focus. Like you just focus on the present moment. You focus on just what's there. Like you focus on your breath or anything. You just focus on the present moment, just like what's around you. Like maybe if your fan's making noise, you can like focus on your on the fan and just like the more it may sound like difficult, like it's very difficult when you start meditating. But it's crazy how much you can improve on this. When I first started meditating, it was so difficult. And I just kept pursuing it. I just kept through what felt like hard, like difficult, to focus on the present moment, because we're such mind wanderers. Like when you're in school, you're not actually like fully focused and present on what the teacher's saying. You're thinking of some like bullshit. Like you're thinking of what you're gonna do when you get home. You're thinking of like what you're gonna have for lunch. Thinking of what you're gonna have for dinner. You're thinking like, oh shit, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Like you're just overthinking, like what, like, oh yeah, I remember that memory, and like you're overthinking things. Most of the day, you are not present. You are not in the present moment. And this is a huge problem we don't even realize. This isn't talked about. You don't hear this a lot. I mean, you're hearing it more now because people are like starting to wake up, but you don't hear this like a ton. You don't hear this that much, especially from someone my age. You do not hear this. But it's such a vital thing to be present. To be like when you're with your like when you get a girlfriend, are you gonna be like you're gonna be like trying to love her and like trying to bond, maybe you're on a date and you're trying to focus, but you can't focus. Like your mind is just going like a bunch of different directions. And she can see that in you. She knows Like a high quality girl will know, high quality woman will know when you're not present. And when you're not present, the the relationship just starts declining. When you're not present, there's so many, I mean, I could talk about this forever, but being present is just insanely, like, when you're present, when you start being more present in the day, you will get more friends, you will get more girls, you will, like, people will like you more. You'll be like happier. You like when you're present, you're not thinking of anything. You have no thoughts in your mind. So how could you be depressed if you're present? When you meditate, you are focusing on the present moment. You are trying to be present while you're meditating. So, the more you meditate, the more you'll be present. The easier it'll be to become present. It's just like how with gratitude journaling. The more you gratitude journal, the more you'll be grateful throughout the day. The more you meditate, the more present you'll be throughout the day. The more you'll realize, oh shit, like I should be present right now. The more you practice meditation, and the more like bicep curls, the more reps you hit, the better you're going to get at it. And the more likely you will to be more present throughout the day. You'll be more present. And there's infinite benefits to being present. It's just the natural human state is to be present. Is your dog thinking of like some bullshit? Like maybe, yeah, sometimes, like when he's like daydreaming, he's like thinking of like sticks or something. But your dog is most of the time just like present and there, just like they can't think of words, like they don't have words to think of, so they're just present. Is your dog, like, dogs are so happy, you wonder why. Because they're present. They're not like depressed thinking about like, have you ever seen a depressed dog? Okay, yeah, like I saw a depressed dog when their owner sucks. Yeah, sure. When their owner like beats them. Sure, yeah, they're depressed. But that's because their present moment is bad. When your present moment isn't involved with like something bad, you can't be sad. You can't be depressed when you're present. If your life is somewhat normal, you can't be depressed when you're present. So if you're depressed at all, that means you are overthinking and you're not present. And the more you practice meditation, the more present you'll be and the less depressed you'll be. If you're present all the time, let's say there's this human that is just 95% of the day he is present. He's like he barely ever has thoughts in his mind. He's just present. He's just there. If you think about that, would he be depressed? No, he would be present. He would be happy. He would just be there. Like it's not. It's as simple as, if you're depressed, that means you're overthinking. That means you have thoughts in your mind and your brain is convincing you that you are a failure. Which maybe you are, but that's why you gotta improve on that. You don't just be depressed because you think you're a failure. Yeah, so improve on it. Yeah, I know it sounds like I sound like an asshole. Like, oh yeah, like I'm not technically like depressed, but I'm just being honest. Like if you're present all the time, you can't be depressed. It's not possible. So if you meditate, the more you'll be present, and then the more you'll just be there. Like, most people don't even like know what it feels like to just be there, to just be in the present, just to be. Most people don't even know what it feels like to just to be. I don't have thoughts in my mind right now. I'm focused on this, but when you're just like, most of the day when you're eating, like, most of the day, if not all of it, you are not present. Most people don't even know what it feels like to be just there. And the more you practice meditation, the more you will be just there. And you can't be depressed if you're just there. It's not possible. There's one thing I wanted to go over in meditation, like meditation-wise. A lot of people get super annoyed when they can't focus on the present. When they can't clear their mind of thoughts. They can't, like, whenever they think of something, they're like, "Oh shit, man!" Like they get all mad at themselves for like thinking, like for not being present. I think you should do the exact opposite. When you're meditating, it's inevitable. You're gonna think of things. Like, when I'm trying to meditate, I still have thoughts in my mind sometimes. And even though I've been meditating for over 5 months, I still have thoughts in my mind sometimes when I'm meditating. Every time, I still have some thoughts. But every time, so there's this this cycle that I learned a while ago, and there's basically it's like a square. Can you just imagine a square? And it's split into 4 other, like, different squares. The first square is like you're in the present moment. You're focusing on your breath or whatever. You're present. The second square is, okay, now you are thinking of like some thoughts. You're thinking of, like, you don't even realize it yet. You're not present and you don't realize it yet. Then the third one is you're not present, but then you realize, like, you actually realize that you're not present. And then you return to the breath, which is the fourth square, and then you're here again. So one full loop of this cycle is like 1 rep in the gym. It's like 1 squat. It's like one bench, like 1 bench press, one push up, 1 bicep curl, one ab raise. When you complete this square, every time you complete this square, that's like 1 rep in the gym, but for your brain. Meditation is like the gym for your brain. And your brain will start to become stronger and be able to become present easier. You know how when you first started going to the gym, you couldn't for the life of you bench press what you can now, right? Whatever you could do. For me, when I first started, I could only bench, like, for 10 reps, I could only bench like 30 pounds. Which sounds like not that much, but I was skinny, like, I was super skinny. And I can do that for like forever now. Like, that's easy. That's super easy. But that was like all I could. That was like I could barely do 10 reps with that when I first started. So the more you train, the more reps you do, the more reps you do of meditation, the more reps you do in the gym, the easier it'll become to do that set of to do that weight or that like being present. The thing is with being present, it doesn't get harder to be present. Like you up the weight in the gym, but it doesn't get harder. So the more you do it, the easier it'll become, and you're not upping the weight. So it's just getting easier and easier the stronger you become. So don't get mad at yourself when you realize, oh shit, I'm not present. Don't get mad at yourself. That's actually a good thing that you just realized that, because you just hit a rep in the gym or for your brain. So don't get mad at yourself. That's actually a good thing when you do that. When you realize that you're not present, and then you bring yourself back to the present. So just keep practicing this. You will see major improvements. Your life will change. Okay, or my life changed anyway. I'm a lot more present now. You don't even realize. I am just throughout the day. I just realize, oh shit, I gotta be present. Like, cool, yeah, like I'm present now. Like that's good. I realized that a lot more, and I'm a lot more present in the day. So, take what you will, but yeah. Meditation works, promise. Okay, there's 2 more things that I want to go over. One of them is sort of, it's sort of a quickie, like it's sort of quick. So, the next one is just like nature. Like the more you're in nature, the happier you'll be. So this one isn't very scientific. It's more like spiritual and just like common sense. But if you think about it, our hunter-gatherer ancestors, they lived in nature. They literally lived in nature. And they were happy. They were like perfectly good. They weren't sad. They were like sad for, yeah, maybe they were sad when something happened, but they weren't unhappy. They didn't have bad mental health. When you're in nature, it's just like peaceful. It's green, it's peaceful, there's no like noise. It's just like the birds are chirping, and it's just nice. Like if you've ever like I love to go in nature, but if you've ever been just in nature, like on your own or even with people, like if you're just in nature and it's like the birds are chirping and you're in the woods maybe, and you're just and plus, if you're present while you're in nature, that is 5-fold. So, when you're in nature, it's peaceful. Have you ever been in nature? Just, like in the woods or anything. Just in nature? Tell me you didn't feel better. Tell me you didn't feel just good. If you're anything like me, you love nature. I love nature. And when you're in nature, it is peaceful, and it's just good for your health to be in nature. Also, the thing with nature is then you get actual sunlight, and sunlight is makes your vitamin D and just everything. Like your sunlight is very, very good for you. So that sunlight improves your mental health. It increases your testosterone and everything. So, sunlight and nature sunlight plus nature plus being present whilst in those things. if you've ever been present in nature when the sun is shining on your face, that was the best part of the day. That was just, you just felt great. For whatever reason, nature just makes us feel great. And sunlight on our face just makes us feel like great. When we're in nature and we're in the sun and we're just like enjoying it, we feel great. It's just like simple as that. I don't really know the science, but we just like, nature is just good for us. It's just good for our mental health. And we feel good when we're in nature. I can't really explain like the science or like yeah, like you could bring up some fucking scientific paper or some shit. I don't care. Like I feel really great when I'm in nature. I love nature. So I'm going to be in nature more, and that improves my mental health. You can try it, but if you're anything like me, you love nature and it improves your mental health. And the final thing that I wanted to go over is purpose. So this one is specific to men. So if you're a woman, I don't know why the fuck a woman would be watching this, but if you're a woman, this wouldn't apply to you. So, as a masculine man, you need a purpose. It's simple. You can read the book Way of the Superior Man. It talks all about masculinity and purpose and relationships and things. Purpose is the single most important thing in a masculine man's life. If you don't have a purpose, you have no direction, and you don't know what to do with your life, you're not gonna be like motivated to do anything. You're not gonna be motivated towards anything. If you have nothing to work towards, if you have nothing to work on, you're just gonna be bored. You're gonna be like, just like, what am I supposed to do in life? Like, what is my purpose? You need to have, as a man, it's simple as this. You need to have a purpose, because a purpose is the single most important thing for a masculine man's life. If you're feminine, then go ahead, have love as the most important thing. Obviously, love is very important. I'd say love is maybe number 2. But as a masculine man, it's purpose and then love. For a feminine person, it's love and then there are other things. It's love first for a feminine. The feminine has love first. The masculine has purpose first. Purpose is simply the most important thing in your life. It's not like, whatever your purpose is, that is what you should follow. Don't follow the common advice of normal people. Say like, they influence you to do some shit. They influence you to do whatever. They influence you to go a certain path. And that's not your purpose. That's not the path you were meant to go on as soon as you were born. I bet you your purpose wasn't to get a degree and a good job and like you make some money. I bet you that was not your purpose. And I know that's not my purpose. There is this thing. There's it's like purpose layers. It's basically, it's like a kind of like an onion. So the middle, like your core, the core purpose in your life. That is like, if you complete your purpose, if you complete your core purpose, which no one, you haven't, don't lie, you haven't, I haven't, for sure haven't, you definitely haven't completed your core purpose. Your core purpose, you don't know your core, you don't even know your core purpose yet. If you think you know, you are mistaken. Your core purpose is like what you're born to do. Then you assume, like, you have all these desires piled on top of this core purpose. Every desire you have is just another thing piled on top of your core purpose. And the more desires you keep building on top because of outside influence, the farther away you'll be from your purpose. So as soon as you find your current purpose layer, just go all in on that. Just don't take influence from other people of like what you should be doing. As soon as you find your current purpose layer, stick to that. Devote your day, your life to that. It may sound like boring and like just not like fun, you know, you're not going out to the club with your friends or something. But I promise you, you will feel the most fulfilled. If you're masculine, if you're feminine, then go ahead, like, go, like, have love as the most important thing. I think love is very important, but purpose is just one step above that. Purpose. So you may be wondering, how do I find my purpose? How am I supposed to find my purpose? Well, it's basically to have zero distractions, zero electronics, nothing to distract you, and just sit in your room or anything for hours and hours and hours, and eventually you will find your purpose. You will find your purpose of life. You will find your current purpose layer. Like, you know how I said there's like this core purpose and you got layers stacked on top of it? You will find your current purpose layer that's stacked. They're like, you're not going to find your core purpose the first time you find your purpose. You're going to find your current purpose layer, and you're going to keep trying to, every time you complete that, you're going to shave that off, and then you got to find your next purpose layer, shave that off, and shave that off, shave it off. It takes a while. And this is why it's better to learn about this as soon as you can, because that means the less purpose layers there will be to take over your life. You may think you want something right now, but that can just be some random desire that you have that's not actually that important. So keep on your purpose and don't let other desires take you over. So sit in an empty room, no distractions, no phone, no, like, maybe like a pen and a paper to write, to like journal down stuff. But simply sit in a room, no distractions, for hours, and it sounds like fucking bored. Like, you'll be bored as shit. You will be bored as shit. But it'll be worth it to find your purpose and find your direction in life. And that is the most important thing for a masculine man. If you want to be a masculine man, masculine does not exist without purpose. These 5 things that I have just taught you in this video that you can just watch here on YouTube took me 6 months to master. So be grateful. Be grateful for this video. Be grateful for this family, for your family. Be grateful for your friends. Be grateful for I've journaled 562 times. I'm sure you can think of what you can be grateful for today. So, start off by being grateful for this video and what I've just compressed from 6 months of mastering down to this knowledge in this video I can teach you. And you can watch this, and however long this is, an hour or something, you can watch this easily within an hour and implement these exact things I've taught you. And you will save months, if not years, of your life. Because these things that took me 6 months to learn, you've just learned in an hour. So be grateful for this video. Be grateful for your family. Be grateful for your friends. Be grateful for your dog. And that's how I learned to love my life. No bullshit. Take these steps and you will too. Peace out. See you in the next video.